before I go too far, I just want to take an opportunity to say, Organic Meats More Silly Farms, we are a local farm, butcher, rancher shop in Lake Mary, Florida. But the cool thing is about every 6 weeks, we drive to Georgia, Alabama, Fort Walton area. And I hate to just say Fort Walton, because I think that's like the figurehead town, Fort Walton. But we go to Freeport, Niceville, Crestview, the Funiac, Fort Walton. People from Navarre come over to Fort Walton to meet us. Fort Walton's kind of like our meeting place, and that's where the radio station is based out of. So, you always hear Fort Walton, Fort Walton, Fort Walton. But there's a lot of people around Fort Walton that we deliver to and that are part of the mafia. So I just wanted to say thank you. Amy and I last week had an incredible trip. We left out Saturday night. We packed the freezers. I almost didn't have room to bring supplies home. So we go to Fort Walton and we did a video about supporting local. And so there's a company called Magda in the Fort Walton Beach area. And they sell little boy coolers. They don't just sell them there, they make them there. They have the big styrofoam machines and all the press and the glue thing. I don't know how you make styrofoam coolers, but one day they said they'll give me a tour of the facility.
That would be cool.
But we did a video with two of the guys, the dock manager and his assistant, as we were loading our truck. And so it's important to us that we don't just talk about it, we be about it. So we go up there. Part of the reason we deliver is to help bring stuff home, because the ship something on a semi from Fort Walton is like $480.
Whoa.
Yes. So, and also the way they have to pack it in order to put it on the semi is another fee, because they have to get these big tall cardboard boxes and they have to strap all this stuff they have to do to palletize them in order to get them into a semi to be handled by a forklift.
And you're just like thrown in the back of the truck with a bungee.
Well, not a bungee, but official DOT tie-downs. Yes, I'm illegal. But yes, no styrofoam coolers flying down I-10. But so we started this journey because it's like, oh wow, instead of paying all this money to ship and semi, we'll shorten our footprint. Our truck doesn't, burn as much fuel, as a big semi, and we can go up there and meet people. So that's kind of how we started it. We started with just one cooler, take one cooler to meet up, met a few people, here, there, and then it has built. And I wanted to say thank you for instance, Greg brought a new person named Daryl. We'd never met Daryl before. He got in on some order, got some goats, some oxtails, some different things. And then, I can't remember everybody's name.
But you do so good after meeting him a few times. You're really
Yes.
good at names normally.
Yes, I tell people I have to meet you 3 times.
Oh, I'm the same.
Once I meet you the 3rd time, I got it locked in forever. Like, I know, it's funny because, hopefully they'll laugh, but we have Randy, Rodney, and Raymond. And my wife now has it under control. But for the first couple of months, I had to remind her, no, that's Randy's order, not Rodney's order. No, that's Raymond's order, not Randy's order. Because we had Raymond Ritchie, Randy Wilkerson, and Rodney, oh boy, I forgot his last name.
It's okay.
But anyways, and they all live around Fort Walton. One lives in Freeport, one lives by Crestview, the exit there with the truck stop, and then one lives up outside of Pensacola. So she was like, how did you remember that? I was like, because I met them all 3 times. Once I meet you 3 times and shake your hand, I got it locked down forever. So the new people, I will know your names. I was very impressed with the Martins. John Martin, I believe his first name was. His wife and I compared scars
Oh boy.
in a parking lot. Yeah, my knee scar, her back scar, where they did her surgery and whatnot. And dude is jacked. Her husband is jacked up. Okay. Let me say no homo, but I am a body watcher. All right. I watch dudes' bodies just like I watch women's body. And my wife knows that about me. Like, I'll look at my own sister's butt. I know that's weird, but not to check her out sexually, but like,
You want me to cut that?
no, I look at bodies. I compare bodies. I've been that way my whole life, and there's nothing sexual behind it. It's just, I notice things about people's bodies, and I've always been that way. I can't explain why, because when my wife and I first met, she'd be like, did you just check that dude out? I was like, no, I didn't check the dude out, but yeah, I checked the dude out. I was like, did you see his neck? And she's like, his neck?
Oh.
And different. I see things about people, and sometimes I'm like, man, was God sleeping when he put that joker together? Like, that joker's got a messed up body. Like, was God not on his game that day? Or I'll see somebody, I'll be like, holy smokes, that's a phenom. Like, do you see the leg or the thigh or the arm or Does that make sense?
I can appreciate like somebody who works really, really hard. And yeah, I mean, I can appreciate a body. They're pretty amazing.
And not in a sexual way, like, my goodness, the way God put that Joker together. We all know people that got bad bodies, like, man, that's a bad body Joker. Or it's like, man, what's wrong with their forehead? Why does their forehead look like that?
Why have you got a 5 head?
Yeah, Heather, why you look so weird? No, you're not weird.
There's a lot of bringing up here.
Is that what it is?
It is.
Huh? I thought,
Made me like he wanted me. So
like big brain. Mm-hmm. But anyways, I'm talking to John, and I'm looking at this Joker. I'm thinking, man, this Joker is jacked up. He could probably rip a limb off of a human being. His forearms and his biceps, his hands. I don't know. I was impressed. And nice wife that we had a good conversation, and it was fun for me. And then the weird thing about me is, as we drive away, I think to myself, I wonder if John thinks I'm jacked up. I don't know. There's something wrong with me. But I grew up in a gym. I was a gym rat. But not like 24-hour fitness or Planet Fitness. I grew up in a place where there was a bulldog chained up in the back and some heavy bags and a ring.
original CrossFit.
No, just...
Like throwing ropes and chains.
Yeah, we had ropes and tires, and we had sledgehammers, and we had free weights in a bar that was bent because Hercules over in the corner, bench pressing 5 1/4, done bent the straight bar. So your long bar is bent, so you got to make sure you got collars on there and balance because the weights will slide off. Oh yeah, there's some crazy strong people in this world.
Now, how are they bending them? Like,
They put so many plates. So you know the straight bar that you lift weights with, you either bench press or squat with, or back squat or deadlift with. So those bars, after years and years, they can, but after years and years of abuse, and you got guys that are like, hey, I've used every plate in the gym. Somebody stand on the end of it because I'm this strong, Or they're like, hey, toss some cinder blocks to the end of it. I've already got 550 pounds hanging off the side of it, or 900 pounds hanging off of it. And I'm talking about back in the 80s and early 90s. I'm sure the bars nowadays are much stronger, built out of better material. But if you've never been in a real gym, if you haven't seen bowed, bent, straight bars, and if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to go live. Don't be scared. Just walk into a gym, say, how you doing? I'm here to work out, and just mind your own business and work out. You'll understand what I'm talking about. I don't know if any of those gyms exist anymore. So I grew up like that. So everybody's watching each other fight. Everybody's watching each other spar. Everybody's watching each other hit the heavy bag and work out. Everybody's watching each other lift weights. So you watch people and you see like, man, look at that guy's back. Look at his arms. Or look at that girl's back. Look at her traps. So you see that and it just becomes second nature. And then when you grow up and get out into the world, you're walking around checking people out for no reason, just because that's what you do. Can we get back to small businesses and failure?
Yep.
You ever lifted to failure?
Have I ever lifted to failure?
Yeah, you only know what that means, do you? Do you lift and go? You just run?
I just run.
And you lift babies?
And babies.
So I'm going to get to the messaging that they pack up, like a PB&J sandwich, sending your kid off to school. You pack up a real nice lunch, brown bag. All the other kids at the school want to trade lunches with them because mama packed the lunch up so good and so perfect. And all it is a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. There ain't nothing special in the bag. The Democratic Party has become excellent, like artists, like surgical with their messaging, to the point that now they're blaming the Republicans and Trump, that our messaging is what's fooling people into that things were better under Trump and things were better under Republican presidents, that it's not really better under Republicans. They just know how to message it better to you so you feel better about what you're going through. And that kind of blew me away. So I started digging in and I started doing some research. And I wanted to bring this to you because this is something they don't talk about. All right. But under Trump in 2018, where is that number? 733,721 new businesses were created in 2018 alone under Trump initiative policies that cut regulations, cut restrictions, cut all the red tape that the government puts us through, and it pumped. Now, here's the thing. Trump did not give free money. Are you allowed? You going to be out? Trump, by the way, no reason to walk away. Our high-powered studio that we're in picked you up coughing going all the way down the hallway.
Are you serious?
Yes. It's all right. And now our volumes have completely changed.
Yeah.
Everything, let's get back to normal.
Okay.
All right. So in 2018, 2017, let's go back to 2017. When he got in, now, yeah, get him back right. Back in 2016, Trump promised to create growth, create economic growth, and rebuild America, make America great again. The only problem I have with making America great again is I think America is great no matter what. We have been the greatest nation on the earth since we were formed, and we still are the greatest nation on the earth. I understand what he's saying, that under Obama and some Clinton stuff, we started to slip, and he wanted to get us back to where we were at. But I feel like we're great. We're always going to be great, and we need to understand that and give us something more to fight for. When you think something's failing and losing, you may not want to fight as hard for it. But when you recognize the worth of something, it makes it easier to stand up and fight. I think that's the problem with a lot of Republicans right now, a lot of conservatives, that we feel like this thing has slipped so far that there's nothing to stand up and fight for. And that's why the Democrats win so much, because their people are out there championing for them, championing for their cause. They're on the corners. They're in the courthouses. They're in Washington. They're all over the place. Now, I do understand also that most conservative Republicans care about our jobs, our families, our houses, and our income. So we would rather go to work and make money and provide for our family than to be out in the corner protesting and rallying and all the other stuff. So I get that fine line of insanity again. But when 2016, Trump got in office, 2017, he did some initiatives to create growth. Now, there's a difference between creating growth and giving away free money. And it's not free. I don't know why. I don't know. My headphones are way off now. I don't know. Hopefully it sounds good. We'll check out this break. So Kamala wants to, and I'm going to compare the two a little bit, and I also want to compare some character. I got a clip I want to play. We're going to play here in a little bit. But Kamala wants to give out money. We're giving out $6,000 to help new businesses start. We're going to cut this for new businesses. We're going to give $25,000 for first-time homeowners. They're going to give all this money. It's like pacifying a spoiled child. You're not teaching the spoiled child anything. You know, I don't know if it's in the Bible, but it's just an old saying. You give a man a fish, you feed him for today. You teach a man to fish, you feed him for life. Kamala is giving out fishes. That's all she's doing. Giving out money.
And she's not creating them.
No, she's not. She's not.
Like Jesus.
She's not. Yeah, and I'm not prepared Trump to Jesus, but Trump helped create jobs, or he helped jobs be created. By him removing all the crap that he removed out of the legislative and different branches of government that normally restrict business, he gave us a runway, a speedway, if you will, to excel and take off and grow business. Okay? Kamala is handing out fishes, $6,000 at a time. But she's handing them out of a pond, not out of an ocean.
A stocked pond.
A stocked pond by taxpayers. But at some point, that pond is going to run dry. And it's going to have to be restocked by taxpayers. Trump created a way for people to make their own money and survive and thrive and hire employees and put people into the local market, the local workplace, which those people in return started shopping, and they shopped at Walmarts and Publix's and organic meats, and they went to the movies, and they went out to dinner, and they bought Sunday dresses for their kids and graduation stuff, and they helped their children buy cars and trucks, and they created a way of, you're just messing this show all up, aren't you? You should. That was your fault for the record. 733,721 new businesses were started in 2018. Now, everybody knows the law of business. Not all businesses that start survive. They have this like 1/10, 1/5 rule, right? The businesses that close. Like, you know, if 100 businesses close, 10 of them will, if 100 businesses open, 10 of them will go out of business in the first year. You know, 15 of them will go out of business by year 3. By year 5, 25 of them will go out of business. Only 75% of the businesses will survive. But that's just because.
That's pretty good.
That's really good numbers. That's just poor planning, not enough capital. You didn't prepare for something. You know, market crashes, rent goes up, things happen, personal, family, medical, things happen. small businesses go out. The new numbers of small business closures have quadrupled the historic facts as long as America's been alive. We'll get to that as soon as we get back. Floodman Radio, YouTube, and the world between the ribs.